logistics, getting it done, getting it there. Critical path logistics, getting it done, getting it there. The world has got you down, a smile on your brow. Put a little madness in your life. If life makes you unashamed and comics are your estate, put a little madness in your life. Come give your mind a cleanse, tune in with pops and friends, discern all your Roku box and net. Put a little madness in your life. Put a little madness in your life. Yeah, yeah. Put a little madness in your life.
The Immortal Mask, a 1970s superhero crime noir adventure, follows a retired soldier turned reporter who is given a coveted interview with a death row inmate. What he learns thrusts him into Atlanta's shadowy underworld. He'll have to use his military training to survive being hunted for possessing the information that could topple the city's most powerful ruling class. This is not a pre-order or a crowdfunding campaign. Get your books now at denali's.com.
I was sitting all alone in my library chair when I found a book and it gave me a scare. The pages I kept turning, it quite took me in. What was it? Oh, where do I begin? We read the monsters. I read the monsters next door. The monsters. It had short stories galore. The monsters. It's full of horror and gore. The monsters. I read the monsters next door.
It's a Critical Blast podcast.
Yes.
With our special guest, Nicholas Geer.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Yes, Nicholas Geer is with us tonight. The man behind the Relentless Tin Soldier. Nicholas, Welcome to the show, man. Glad you're here.
I appreciate you having me.
So I'm just now noticing you have some comic artwork hanging up behind you there.
Yeah, so this is actually the Billy Tucci cover to Expendables Go to Hell.
Oh, the original, not a print.
No, it's that original art. And it's a tiger blue cover.
Man,
And this is the Shelby Robertson heap he just did for the Spawn contest.
Okay.
And then that's just a Tin Soldier piece versus Garbage Man.
I love it. I've got I don't have any more wall space, and I just commissioned more art tonight, so I'm gonna have to take something down to put it up.
What did you commission?
Buddy of mine, Rich Parada, is doing a commission sale right now until his visa gets reapproved to go back to the UK.
Yeah.
And he had done me this beautiful Barbara Gordon piece, which it's a cover worthy thing because it's a full figure, and then it's a bust. And then it's like some city with the bat signal. It's like those 1980s family portraits you used to get where, you're sitting like this and then your head up here. But I said, hey, if you're taking commissions, here's the 1940s and 1950s bat-girl. Could you mirror the composition and just do one with her? And I can't wait to see how it's going to turn out. He was doing a Zatanna right before the show here. I was like, it was gorgeous, but I would go nuts drawing fishnets like that. Just slow, methodical lines. That's why I'm not an artist. got people in the chat ready to go here. Darren Wagner doesn't count. He was here like 6 hours ago and left a comment. So Darren, if you're popping back in, welcome. But we'd like to have you here now. Mike Walters has popped by to like and share the stream. We always appreciate that. Remind people that after our show to jump over to the mic stand where Mike will be going over the niche news of the day. And on Friday, he will be going through Science Comics Volume 1 from Fox Features. Friday is always the Golden Age historic comic retrospective. And I'll be there reading along. So it's going to be a fun time. I'll have to keep my voice because we don't just read the comics, Nicholas. We do voices and sound effects, and it's like radio theater.
Right.
We have a lot of fun with it. Wayne Klingman is here. Good morning.
Hey,
Good
Wayne.
Morning. Where are you? You're in the same time zone I am. How much have you had to drink today, Wayne? But good to have Mr. Big here with us. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring the campaign up. There's we'll talk about it from here on in. So this is the Relentless Tin Soldier issue 3 and Kid Fury. Now, initially, I thought I had misconstrued that. I thought it was the Relentless Tin Soldier and Kid Fury number 3. I'm like, when did he get a sidekick? This is 2 different books.
Right.
So that's a different kind of deal now.
Yeah, I didn't want Relentless Tin Soldier to have a sidekick, but I kind of want my sidekick book, so I started my own separate book.
I'm digging the we'll talk about that cover in a little bit here.
Okay.
But so
Hey,
let's talk about who the 2 characters are then, because you've got a cover here where they're all kind of together, right?
Yeah. So on this cover, it's the main cover, and it's the Andrew Mangum cover, and it features, of course, Relentless Tin Soldier, but that's Captain Battle. We kind of set him up in issue 2, and he's gonna have a much bigger part in this issue. And then that's U.S. Agent, which is Mark Fulton's character. So issue 3 of Tin Soldier is actually a crossover with Mark Fulton's U.S. Assassin. So
U.S. Assassin,
yeah. So it takes place after Relentless Tin Soldier 2, of course, but then after U.S. Assassin 3 or at U.S. Assassin 4.
Okay. Now I think Captain Battle, he is a Golden Age character, right?
He is, yeah.
Very cool. I can see that there's some. Well, he inspired Captain America, so I think it's okay to have some Captain America inspiration back.
If you look at him, to me, it seems like they ripped Nick Fury off from Captain Battle.
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, it looks dead on.
They were borrowing from other comics all the time and going to court over it.
All comics do.
Yeah. Now this cover here, this is the one that the snapshot above was taken from here.
Yeah.
I love a good homage cover, and Alan really nailed the. Well, this is Alan and Shelby and Matt Yackey, all 3 together.
Yep. And it's a Purple Rain homage cover, so it's the album cover. It's a homage to it.
Yeah.
And the big reason for that is 1 is Prince, but 2, Relentless Tin Soldier takes place in Minneapolis, which is where Prince is from. So.
I knew that, and I had not had that in the front of my head for a while. So, you don't think about. You would think somebody like Prince was from New York or Los Angeles.
Yeah.
No, Midwest. He was a normal guy. So this is again this is the Kid Fury character. No, yes, no. This is U.S. Assassin.
The Fury book will be at the bottom. It's a whole separate book.
Okay, I gotta quit. See, I've got to separate the 2. They don't show up together at all.
That's U.S. Assassin. Like I said, issue 3 of Tin Soldiers actually crossover with Mark Fulton's U.S. Assassin, and so we did a dual launch. And if you back both Relentless Tin Soldier 3 and U.S. Assassin 4, you'll get 2 additional free trading cards.
Excellent. And we just had Mark on the other night, folks. So if you don't know how to find the link, just follow the channel backwards in the playlist, find Mark's, and our link to that will be below it. Speaking of links, the link to this Indiegogo is right below this video. So be sure to click on that and throw some money at this thing. Come on, it's funding season. Get yourself some comics.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long, sloggy summer coming up here. I love this comic. For a minute, I thought maybe you had commissioned Ben Edlund to get it because that Arthur is just spot on.
So I commissioned Eli Five Stone, and he's the artist who took over the art duties for the Tick after Ben Edlund. And so I commissioned him to do this for me. I originally commissioned him to do a cover, And he sent it back to me with Arthur on it. And I was like, man, that's amazing, but I can't print that. He said, why not? So it's got Arthur on it. I don't have, I don't have rights. He goes, give me a minute. I'll talk to Ben for you. And he got it approved.
Oh, so what inspired you to say, I want to get a Tick-like cover of the Tin Soldier?
Be honest with you, I just seen where Eli Five Stone was taking commissions, and I knew that he was the artist. He took over the Tick duties. I just thought it'd be, a kind of cool, funny cover if you did like a little Tick homage or something. And so it just kind of worked out.
Yeah, and it's so spot on that, yes, Chairface Chippendale's incomplete signature is still on the moon. Although it's a fork, which, because it's a different character. Love this. This might be the one I have to end up getting.
And that is only going to be available on the Indiegogo. So it's going to be a limited print run. So probably be a rare cover. And now I do that with all my covers. So the main cover is what we will go into a reprint with. But once the campaigns are over, the exclusive covers never get reprinted again. I tried to leave it exclusive to the campaigns to give somebody, the people who backed originally, something special.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, because you want to get something special for being a backer.
If you're backing the campaign, you're supporting that creator, and you should get something special out of it.
Yeah, you don't want to get the same book that's going to show up at Walmart later. And I'm not hitting on any specific person, but I'm just saying, if it's going to be mass market available, and for like $5.99, you'll feel cheated if you paid $15 for it.
And my main covers are the only ones that'll be reproduced. This one is Indiegogo only. The Purple Rain homage cover is crowdfunding, period. So if I go to another platform, it'll go too. But this is only on Indiegogo, the Tick one.
Shadow Punk is in the chat asking, was your double launch the first ever?
I don't think so. As far as I know, it's the first one where the books actually crossed over.
Yeah. I think I haven't seen any that have done that before. Yeah. I've seen double launches before with like Perfect 10 and the Embrace, I want to say it was.
And I think the double launches, they may hurt a little bit because, it's hard to, have the money to back two different campaigns at once.
Yeah.
But with us,
I'm waiting for somebody to do an octuple launch. And I'm saying octuple, it's actually like octuple plus one, because I keep saying I want to see 9 creators all launch and everyone have their own trading card, but all 9 trading cards fit into the sheet and make one big picture.
Like the Danger Room set from the X-Men cards?
Exactly like that. You heard me tell Mark about it. Imagine that 8 other popular campaigns are all directing their people to your campaign.
Well, could you imagine being a backer and trying to back 8 campaigns?
We have the money when we want to buy something. We have, and we're obsessive enough that we'll do it to complete something. We can't have 7 of the 9 cards. No, it'll drive us nuts. We've got to have all 9 of them. So somebody get the team, get the band together and do this.
And so all the interior art, Relentless Tin Soldier 3 is 28 pages of interior art. All the pencils and inks are already done. It's Mike McMahon. We just have to have it colored and lettered now.
Oh, so having Mike do it really did make the look consistent between the 2 books then, because he's doing both those books. It didn't. Yep. That happens with crossovers sometimes when you have a different artist and you're used to seeing draw the character in another world. It's like, you don't fit. Something's not right there.
Well, wait till you see the next page. It'll definitely be Mike McMahon's U.S. Assassin.
It definitely is, yes. And so there's the same level of blood and guts in Tin Soldier that you get out of the U.S. Assassin book.
Do what? I'm sorry?
There's still the same level of blood and guts in Relentless Tin Soldier that you would get out of a U.S. Assassin book?
Maybe not as much blood and guts. There is action, though. Plenty of action.
And it doesn't really count when you're chopping up a giant reptile.
Yeah.
It's not the same as another mercenary.
Right.
Monsters don't count. Love the speed lines on this. Again, artists,
it's
as a non-artist.
Colored.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes I hate seeing things colored, but as a non-artist, I look at this and I'm like, wow, that's a really good figure. But now that I've watched you guys in practice a lot, I'm like, and you spent an hour and a half just drawing parallel lines that no one in the background is going to notice
Yeah.
or pay attention to, and then to do it with circles. Oh, that's crazy. I don't even know how you did the bubbles or how he did the
Yeah, I don't
bubbles.
know how.
You'd have to like put tape on the page and then just draw and then pull the tape off.
Yeah.
Mike, tell us how you did that. If you're watching, we'd love to know this.
And so
Good to
this
know.
so this next piece right here is a cover that I commissioned from Jason Johnson. And it was originally going to be a cover for issue 3, but it turned out so well, and it just really, to me, told who the character is, that I wanted it to be an issue 1 cover. So it's a issue 1 reprint cover.
Yeah. So, and that's important to know, folks, is that your character is a cop,
Mhm.
and he's a cop without a secret identity, because it's hard to cover up all that metal and pretend that you're not the other person. So does he? Does this kind of a scene happen in your story where it's like, does he ever have to change out of the police uniform? And if so, why? I mean, he's, Relentless Tin Soldier 24/7.
Yeah,
right?
so in the book, he's a police officer, and there's a select few people that know he's the Tin Soldier. And so if he gets a call that is above and beyond the Call of Duty or whatever, there's going to be like a supervillain or something, he'll transform into Tin Soldier.
Okay, so this is something where he can kind of go back and forth between,
Yeah.
like Colossus, I guess.
Yeah.
He's not stuck like concrete is.
Right.
I'm throwing out the deep cuts now. That I need a taller monitor, Microsoft, because I hate making people sick scrolling up and down, but I want to see the entire picture of this.
And Jason Johnson, he did a phenomenal job on that. That's one of my favorite pieces.
He did. This is, I was like, thinking, where have we seen his work before at the Big Two? Because
he worked for Jim Lee's company, an Image, was escaping me. Wildstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that influence in him there. Excellent picture.
Yeah, he did awesome.
Now, of course, folks, books 1 and 2, as we saw up there, both fulfilled on time.
Right, and they can be added on, and there is a catch-up tier.
Oh, good. So if you haven't seen them before, then you can get them here. But you're not going to have any late books coming from Nicholas. It's going to fulfill on time. Yeah. Your estimated shipping is in December. You've got
I do that. I usually just set a year, but like I said, it's not going to take me that long. All the interior art and inks are done. I just have to have it colored. So as soon as the campaign's over, I'll take that money, get it colored, and I'll be getting it out to people. But I give myself that cushion so nobody has to be like, "Hey, it's late."
Yeah. Why hasn't anybody else thought of that? I mean,
I don't know.
You know what people's reactions are going to be if you're a week off schedule.
Yeah.
So,
But, if you're 3 months ahead of time, they're going to love it,
Yeah, exactly. And, you like Scotty says, you look like a miracle worker. If I remember correctly, didn't Nicholas highlight his double launch with Indie Comic Showcase recently? Probably. Were you on the Bleeding Fool Indie Comic Showcase?
Yes. Yeah.
There you go. Mike would have covered that because he covers those articles all the time on the mic stand. Wayne Klingman's loving the art like I am.
Appreciate it. And so this here is 3 pages of Alan Goldman art that are available as add-on. So the cover, Purple Rain homage cover, the actual pencils are available as an add-on. Just a fan art commission I had done featuring Relentless, Tin Soldier, and some other characters. And then a pinup I had done of Tin Soldier and Captain Battle. All that original art's available.
That better be going for like a premium amount here.
It's all on the add-on section.
Okay.
I didn't want to clutter up the tiers too much, so
I understand that, and I appreciate it too, because you can get lost in the tiers sometimes.
Yes, you can. And so this is a second book.
What this looked like.
So it's a second book. It's a separate book. It's Kid Fury. So Kid Fury is actually the Golden Age sidekick to Black Fury. And in my story, Kid Fury is ripped through time, dropped into modern day, and now he's a sidekick who's upset because his father in the Golden Age was a police sergeant who was killed. but now he's got all that anger and he's ripped through time, dropped in modern day, and he's got no mentor to guide him.
Oh boy. Now he's not in the Tin Soldier book, but is he in the Tin Soldier universe?
Same universe, yeah.
Okay,
But
so
it's a separate book, and they hadn't met yet or anything. But it is same universe.
Okay, and is he like anywhere near the Tin Soldier? Is he in Minneapolis or is he in another?
In the Golden Age, he's Howe City, so I look at it kind of like Gotham City is like a New York analog. So he'll be
Okay,
kind of in that area.
so yeah, I mean, a teenager without a mentor. Not only is without a mentor, he's without parents.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in his story to see how he lives and gets along when he's not being Kid Fury. I think about superheroes like that all the time, though. I'm like, what do you do for a living?
Right. And so all the interior art's done with it too, and it's already lettered. It just needs to be colored.
Yeah, these books are going to come out early, people. So don't hold up on your backing.
Kat Moss, Bill Moss's daughter, is going to color it.
Yes. Oh, she's going to color the entire book?
Yep.
Even more reason to get it. Man, everybody's just kind of tying together. You're working with Mark Polton, who was here last night.
Yep.
You're working with Kat Mouse, who walked into the background of the interview a couple days ago. Yeah, everybody's just kind of working together. Say, hey, let's go on to RJ's back to back to back.
Yep. And that's going to be the crowdfunding exclusive cover, so it's only available while we're crowdfunding.
Sweet. Now this is I know this art style.
That's Patrick Cornell.
Okay. Yeah, that looks very cool. It looks very indie because I don't. There's a style where you can say that looks like a Big Two style, like the one we just saw. That could be the cover of a DC comic right there.
Right.
And then this looks like it could be the cover from Mirage Studios in the '80s.
Yeah,
very stylized.
Mirage Studios.
I love them both.
Ninja Turtle hat.
There you go. Yeah.
I will have a Kevin Eastman cover one day, in some way, somehow.
Don't wait too long because these guys aren't getting any younger.
Yeah.
So this is the interiors for Kid Fury.
Kid Fury, yeah. And so that's kind of like it pretty much tells the Golden Age story in kind of like a montage type panel or page.
Yeah, takes advantage. Look at all the story you're getting here on one page.
Yep.
This is the kind of thing that would take like 3 issues in modern comics now.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm just sitting here reading it now. It's like, he's
good.
Recruiting him as his civilian self, and that he's going to tell him who he is. Like just like it's the Batman and Robin story. It's like,
it is.
Come with me, son.
It is.
So I'm going to have to read this to find out how he gets pulled through time because okay, I know you've been working on the story for a while. I know you were working on issue 3 of Tin Soldier and probably this story all the way back from number 1.
Yeah.
But you are aware what has happened in DC Comics, Stargirl and Justice Society right now, right?
No. Mm-mm.
I don't want to tell you, but I'm going to tell you. A number of the sidekicks of the Golden Age that just kind of disappeared. They just didn't show up in the stories anymore. Jeff Johns says, what happened? Oh, this happened, and people forgot them, including Jay Garrick's daughter. Because, yes, he had a daughter in the Golden Age that they just said, nah, nobody's interested. Quit writing stories about her.
Right.
Have been pulled through time to the modern day.
Really?
So there's a Young Justice Society now of these lost kids who've lost their mentors. And Stargirl's going to be leading them as an adjunct of the Justice Society. I've
had this story ever since issue 1. So, and I've been sharing art and stuff with it for a long time. So,
it's one of those things where people come up with the same idea at the same time, and there's no connection. Neil Gaiman's Tim Hunter and J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. 2 kids wearing glasses who be learning their wizards. Yeah, that just happens at the same time sometimes. It's it's how society works. I
And so
love the costume.
that piece is going to be my first stretch goal. And I'll add more once we get closer to funding. And it'll be colored, but it'll be a trading card.
I love the costume on the Relentless Tin Soldier because it's that the double-breasted kind of top is very much a police uniform from the 20s. It's a very classic-looking style.
So to me, when I designed the character, so he's got I have a lot of 90s style art done, but to me, he's a very classic style character. Like he could fit alongside the Justice Society and not stick out like a sore thumb,
Oh yeah. And maybe one day when comics are good all over again, something like that can happen. So this is this piece here. You said it's a stretch goal. Is this going to be offered as a print or a cover or
a trading card?
Trading card. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll have it colored too.
Very cool. So let's take a look at the tiers here, folks, because this is insane. All 5 covers for $50. That's only $10 a piece.
3 issues of Tin Soldier and the 2 Kid Fury.
Yeah, I can see why that's a featured tier because that's a great deal. I don't know why only 5 of them are claimed so far. This is the one to jump on because you'll spend $50 on a single issue of some books I could name out there, folks.
Yeah.
So you can get your digital copy for $8 of either one.
With the digital tiers, if you back the digital tier, you can add on issue 1 and 2 digital tiers, and the Kid Fury book digital tier. And the reason I do the digital tiers is because shipping is so crazy international that I only ship domestically.
I can help you with that.
I need to talk to you about it.
Yeah, we can get you shipped international, and then just let the customer decide if they want to pay it. But that's another speech. The Mangum cover, which we're getting into physicals now. This is $12. So look, I just said $10 a piece up here for this one here. You're saving $2 over each cover minimum because I haven't seen the rest of them yet. They might go up.
They're all 12. And so I try to do a variety of covers, but there's no special buy-in to get any of them. They're all the same price. You pick the one you want.
So I just did the quick math. If you get the preferred perk at the top, you're saving $10 over buying them all individually. 2 times 5 is still 10, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think I would like have a reading copy, and then these two here, the Purple Rain and the Tick cover, they're going to go in a not a slab, but a hang on the wall slab because this is displayable art.
It is.
Not that this one isn't. I'm just saying these two are my favorites. As is this one. When I first saw this, I was like, there was the lizard part of my brain that didn't realize we were looking at your campaign. The rest of my brain did, of course. And I was like, why is Alan Scott on here? Because it's very much a golden age look and feel. And I guess the green glass kind of triggered he's busting out of the lantern kind of thing.
And that's a Robin 1 homage cover. I don't know if you remember, the Robin 1 cover.
Yes, although okay. And Robin 1 was the very first appearance of Robin. He was smiling and bursting through a big old hoop of paper. But yes, the Robin 1 issue was bursting through the glass like that.
Yeah,
and had the angry look and had the boast, the staff that he chose as a weapon. I've got that book and the trade paperback. And I loved that series. I loved the Tim Drake Robin back then.
Yeah.
I haven't liked Tim Drake for a while now, and it has nothing to do with the other changes they've done to him. It's just that around the time of the New 52, when I didn't recognize any of the characters anymore.
And that's the thing is you read the characters, you don't recognize them anymore. And it's just, I don't know.
I don't. I mean, when he became Red Robin, it was like, oh yeah, they've got to give him a name, but they can't give him his own name. They got to keep him as Robin.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, the first time I saw it, it's like, I'm Red Robin. And I'm first thing in my head was like, yum.
Right.
Because does nobody look up trademarks anymore when they name their superheroes?
Yeah, no kidding.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So all the books $12 individually. You can get
Right.
both Kid Fury covers for $22, which is a $2 saving already.
Mhm.
And a
The
$6
catch-up
savings
tier.
if you get these. Yep. Oh, this is catch up tier. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is
Issues 1 through 3.
1 through 3, and these are reprints of the first two, not the originals.
Yeah, so the reprints are cheaper. When I do reprints, I do them cheaper than the first print books.
Now, do you put something in like the inside cover that says second printing, third printing?
Yeah, so all of my first print books will have a back cover that's like some kind of sketch cover. Like issue 1 had a Graham Nolan sketch of Tin Soldier on the back cover,
Okay.
and then issue 2 had a J.C. Fabul Tin Soldier on the back. So all the reprints, they won't have that, and the reprints have the barcodes, the first prints don't.
There you go. So it's easy to tell.
Yeah.
Now these are all 3 of the Relentless Tin Soldier covers, $33. Saving some money here. And we're out. We're out of perks.
Oh, I do have quite a few add-ons. Like you can add on Slam Buddies, the Eric Huffles Keshi figure, the original art, some original art pages. But I didn't want to clutter up the main perks, what we're actually promoting.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I am going to proceed through the next page here to see if I can't see the add-on page. And yes, I can. So let's bring it back up here now. I want to make sure my credit card information wasn't there first.
Right.
So get your book signed for $3 extra.
I basically just do that because, a lot of people who collect books, they don't want it signed because if they CGC it, then, this way I don't sign somebody that doesn't want it signed, and it kind of lets me know who wants it signed.
CGC should have some sort of, you don't want just, Bill Peterson signing your book that you
Right.
have nothing to do with, but
Right.
I think if the creator signs it, it should consider to add
Well,
value.
Their thing is they want it verified. Like one of their people have to verify the written signature.
I got you. There is that. Okay. It reminds me, I was at a convention and I bought a signature from an artist. Remember when I just used to walk up to him with a book and they signed it?
Yeah.
$50. And the guy said, "Do you want a certificate of authenticity that he would also sign?" I was like, "It's a piece of paper. How does that
Verify? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't verify anything except that I've signed something twice if I was trying to fake it.
Right.
So I didn't bother to get that. I never have. I get them by accident. If something comes with a certificate, I'm like, okay, well, it came with a certificate. I better keep it.
Yeah.
You can get your reprints of 1 or 2 for $5. You've got a credits page in the back or front there of
It's in the
people
front. It's just a special thank you. Your name will be listed in the book.
Very cool. You can get the additional add-ons here if you want to add on, the digital levels all the way down here. And then, of course, here are the same things that were tiers. So if you really want to go a la carte,
and so
get the
one thing I do is if any perk you back, you can go to the add-ons, and none of the add-ons are any extra shipping. So there's only shipping one time for whatever the main perk is you back.
that can get dangerous on you.
It can, but I'm trying to do it as cheap as possible on people. And like issue 1, I did free shipping on everything, and it caught up to me. But issue 2, I did it this way, and I was okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's you can't go too crazy with crowdfunding, or you've got a level of protection, I guess I should say, because it's not like some crowdfunders. I don't know if Kickstarter does this with their add-ons or not, where you click it and you can hit a quantity. Ooh. So like if you're offering like one shipping and then add on what you want, and I come down here and say, okay, I want this Alex Arabia cover, give me 12 of them. You actually have to go back it again. That would get bad. Again, they're all here out now. This is where things get newish.
So that's a Shelby Robertson. It's a print. It's 11x17 print.
Yeah. So obviously the Indiegogo has squashed things down some here into squares. This is the Action Comics 1 homage that.
And so, and that's one of those things. That was the crowdfunding exclusive. And once crowdfunding was over, I never printed it again. But I've had so many people reach out and want it, and I'm sorry. Those guys that got it on the campaign are the ones that got it.
Keep your eye on eBay, people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such an iconic print that image that I don't blame you for making a print. That's something you should probably always want to keep in stock and take to conventions, and that should be your. Do you go to shows with your books?
I want to start doing shows, but I'm thinking after issue 3 and Kid Fury come out, I'll have enough of books that maybe I can make a little bit of my money back for the tables and stuff. I didn't want to start where I didn't have a lot of stuff to sell.
Well, that should be your banner that hangs behind you.
It's either going to be that one, or I've got a Bart Sears cover on my dresser for issue 4. So it might be that one.
Something special coming up that we're going to see. You're doing the Keshis, and for people who don't know what Keshis are, Keshis are these little things here,
like the old muscle men.
Yeah, the old muscle men. This one is the Adventures of Tailless that Aria Black just finished fulfilling. I ordered one, so yes, I got it legally. And now this is the Final Boss exclusive cover. I remember we talked about this.
So Tyler Kirk. His name just blanked on me. The guy who did Final Boss. It's his graphic novel, but I've got an exclusive cover, and there's only 100 printed.
Yeah, Tyler Kirkham.
Yeah, Tyler Kirkham.
I wanted to say Kirkman.
That's what I hung up to. I wanted to say Kirkman.
Darn 40 Days of Night guy. No, that wasn't him either. So you've got a Slam Buddy here. Now this is a mock-up artwork piece here, but
so I had him on the last issue or last campaign too, which I should have one to show, but I don't have it on me. But the little figures that like they had the wrestling buddies back in the day.
Yeah, but they're like a foot tall, aren't they? I mean, they're pretty big.
Yeah, they're about a foot tall.
And folks, they're big pillows is what they are, and they're stuffed, but they're like a sturdy fabric thing, so your kids can waller around with them and fight with them.
And so some people's getting into collecting them because I know Mark Polton's got several of his characters as Slam Buddies. Edwin the Ace had the Shark from his book as a Slam Buddy, and so I've seen a few of them.
So somebody's out there making a killing on customized Slam Buddies.
Oh yeah, they've got their own company, so they do like wrestlers. They do all kinds of stuff.
Very nice. You are selling the original art for issue number 2?
For issue 2, yeah. And it'll be a random page just from issue 2.
And what that tells me is that your artist is working in traditional style, not digitally.
Yes. So, all 3 books were done traditionally. Mike McMahon actually sold a couple pages from it on the Red Valkyrie art auction the other day.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if you're working digital, nothing wrong with it, but you got nothing to sell afterwards.
And obviously, I like traditional art, so.
Yeah, and these pencils here, come on, this is just gorgeous stuff. This is still cheap to get that original Goldman cover art for $500. That Purple Rain cover we've seen, Captain Battle for $300, and the Indie Gem for $300. Yeah, those are decent prices.
They are,
and I'm talking like sale prices.
Yeah, I feel like I priced them fairly.
Yeah, for the details that are in there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you got on the auction for the pages, but I think you could probably get more than what your listing price is here at an auction.
Yeah.
At one of Shay's auctions there. Shay's auctions. She's like Sotheby's now. So what is your long-term goal for the Relentless Tin Soldier, or for the universe in which he lives? I mean, I don't know how many issues you're going or not.
I'm trying to go the Todd McFarlane route. Like, I don't want to get, he did Spawn, and he did Spawn until 300 before he ever started creating other books. I don't want to get to where I've got a whole bunch of different books where I lose focus on Relentless Tin Soldier. So I've got Relentless Tin Soldier and Kid Fury, and that's probably just limited to those 2 books for now. And I'm also doing, like he says he's got an ending for Spawn, but who knows how long it's going to take him to get there. I want to do the same thing with Tin Soldier.
Well, we knew he had an ending for Spawn when there was like a countdown, and then we hit 300, and he's like, "Oh, reset the countdown." I'm like, well, do you really have an ending or not? But when you say you have an ending for Relentless Tin Soldier, is it like 12 issues, 1,200 issues?
300, 350. However, I want to
Okay.
keep doing it as long as I can. As long as there's people out there reading it and wanting the book, I'm going to put it out as long as I can. So,
Okay. And Kid Fury now being the second book, it's going to be a while then before you think about adding a third book to the universe of.
yeah, I'm not trying to jump into too many books. I don't want to get too much out there where,
Well, that's when you hire other writers and say, okay, you
yeah.
we're watching it in action right now. Somebody's building a universe, and they're just hiring other writers to handle those other titles for the ideas.
It's already a pretty expensive hobby, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to become a business before you
Yeah.
want to expand it like that. I know Mike has been enjoying the whole Golden Age retrospective here of the style and, of course, Kid Fury, and he's right. This is why you want to go to the mic stand on Fridays
Yeah.
and check things out. Tonight on his show, we're going to be covering the history of Walter Lantz Productions. So, some good Woody Woodpecker cartoons and more. You were saying.
I was just saying that I love the Golden Age characters, so when I find one I like, I kind of make a little file for them, and maybe I'll get to that character one day. So
I got I got lucky because I knew Luke Stone and some other people were doing this anthology that's coming out really soon now, this Out of Obscurity, and it was all Golden Age public domain characters. So I've got an 8-page story of The Clock. That'll be my first published comic work anywhere. Probably my last published comic work, because I'm like, I'd rather write another 100,000 page novel than try to write an 8-page comic story. That's hard work. To me.
So when I write mine, it helps me a lot if I thumbnail it myself, which I couldn't draw a comic well enough that I want to sell my art. But I thumbnail it myself, and that way it kind of helps me lay everything out as I'm writing the story.
That's what I did too. Stick figures with balls on the ends of their hands to hold guns and be punches. And I was like, yeah, this is. And I sent the stick figures to Mark Oliveira, who was the artist on it. Did a great job at a really decent rate that I could actually afford. And again, it's one. I'm a pencil guy. I would love to just read comic books done completely in pencil.
Yeah.
Because he sends the pencils in. I'm like, I hate the fact that you're going to ink this, but I know you're going to ink this.
So Billy Tucci does that. He draws all his comics in pencils, and he doesn't ink them. They just go straight to colors over pencils.
Yeah. I think the first time I saw that was Charles Vess did an issue of Sandman where that was the case. I was like, and honestly, we used to ink comics. Well, we still ink comics, but we inked them because the projector would not pick up the pencil lines. So it had to be thicker and darker to pick it up. And sorry, inkers, but we really don't need you anymore.
Well, a lot of these pencilers need it because they draw so loosely, for it to become a full figure. Somebody has to ink it.
We don't need them for their original intent, but we do need them for to rein in the pencilers who are just like drawing little loopy things and claiming that they worked on something. Some of those pencils are really loose. Rich Parada has talked with me on stream before when he worked at Marvel. Apparently, there's a whole, or there was a whole department. I want to say it was Ramita's Raiders or something like that, where their job was to fix pencils, and they didn't really get a credit on the book because there was like the penciler and the inker, and then the editor would say, "No, that's broken. Get this fixed quick," and random ink guy comes in and fixes the picture.
It's like when Neil Adams has his studio. So many people were working and inking different pages and stuff. They weren't all getting credit.
No, they weren't. And Rich is the guy who's doing me a Batgirl commission right now. So I can't wait to see that. The first one he drew me was gorgeous, and this one's going to be a flip to that one. Because he did the Barbara Gordon one, and now he's going to do the Betty Kane one in a mirror composition, and they're just going to hang up next to each other. Yeah, you got plenty of wall space left behind you there. So I'm guessing you're gonna get some more Tin Soldier artwork up
I'm gonna
there.
get a poster or something put right here.
Yeah. Well, right there between the top two, so that your head's not obscuring it, like right now. You just need to get your logo, just
Yeah.
the Relentless Tin Soldier, just right across there. In fact, I know what you need, man. I'm wondering. I'm not even going to try and get it down. I will show it to you when we're off the air, because then I won't mind getting it down. But I know exactly what you need. You're going to love it, and I'll tell you how to get it. Yeah, I'm selling things for other people's folks. That's what I do. I make no money from any of this. I just promote other people. When do you start work on Relentless Tin Soldier #4 or Kid Fury #2? Because you gotta keep a schedule up. I mean, do you have a timeline that not like a release timeline, but I need to sit down and write this much today timeline?
No, just kind of when the story comes to me. Like issue 4 is already written for Relentless Tin Soldier. So I try to do one issue of Relentless Tin Soldier a year. Now I missed 23 because I was going to do Kid Fury, but the artist, he took a while, so I kind of combined them. So I'm trying to do one book a year. Just financially, is what I can afford to do. And but really, when the stories just come to me, like so issue 4, Relentless Tin Soldier. Of course, it's continues with the Tin Soldier 3 storyline, but it's going to be like a love letter to Frank Miller's Daredevil run. So I was reading Frank Miller's Daredevil run again, and it kind of inspired me to write this issue.
So are you working in like story arcs, or is each issue an individual contained thing?
Story arcs. So the first story arc is 5 issues. So I know where I'm going with the first story arc. So like I said, first story arc's 5 issues, and then I'll do a trade for the first 5, and then I'll continue to 6, 7, whatever the next story arc is. Now I do try to. Each issue tries to contain its story, but there's those underlying stories being told too.
Yeah. It's an art form that a lot of people have lost how to do. I mean, comics used to be that. I mean, God, I remember. I'm just gonna pick Detective Comics and Batman comics in the '80s. Every issue, sometimes it was 2 issues, was a complete story, but there was always that long-running thing underneath of it, like. Silver St. Cloud has figured out who Batman is, but she's not telling him. And there's, something going on in her life that's a little bit happening in each issue, while you had the main thing up front each time.
And so that's what I'm doing too, is the main issue should be, the main story is completed with each issue, but there's always those underlying deals, just like you're talking about.
That's what made it a soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what made us keep coming back, because, they knew if you finish the story in one issue, well, you're done. But if there's like still
that little
something going on, you want to come back to that. It's like, is Aunt May going to die? Is he going to be able to sell those pictures? You got to come back and see. All right. Well, we've reached close to the top of the hour here. So is there anything else about this project or where you're going to be working next that we need to let people know about before we end here?
No, just that I continue. I plan on continuing to keep them coming. So just stay tuned. Like I said, I've got a
Relentless Tin Soldiers, Relentless Writer. Excellent. All right. Well, that being the case, we're going to sign off, and I want to thank you for coming on here and sharing the book with us, folks. Hit this one up. I'm gonna bring it up one more time because I want to see something. I want to do the thing that always makes me nervous. I'm going to refresh the page. We are at 1343. Please be higher. Please be higher. Please. See, that's why I shouldn't have done it. I jinxed it.
Well, people will see it on the rerun.
At least it didn't go down.
Yeah.
You didn't get any refunds based on, oh man, I talking about it like that. Never mind. I've had it happen once. That's why I get nervous. Like, okay. Folks in the chat, thank you so much for being here tonight. We don't have a show without you guys. So we're glad that you're here. And as always, while you were here, we just hope you had a blast. So we will see you later. Good night.
Appreciate it.